was here with me today. But I just got my 2 little puff balls. Okay. So hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Alexis. I'm known as this Alex, and if this is your first time watching me on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button to be an official doll baby. And if you're already a doll baby, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys don't know, I don't know why I just did that, but if you guys don't know, I'm doing Storytime week here on my channel. I tweeted it out on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you guys do, so you guys will get updates and tweets about my life and stuff. And my Twitter is this.lex. It'll be linked down below too. And also follow me on Instagram as well at this.lex. So yeah, not for the shameless promo, but yeah, so I decided to do Storytime week. I haven't done Storytime in quite a while, and I thought, why not dedicate a whole week to it? So yeah, I'm not a Storytime teller, but I do have quite a bit of stories, and I thought it would just be entertainment and a way for me to get comfortable again talking on camera. If you guys don't know, I took a little bit of a hiatus, but enough about that. If you guys have not seen my previous roommate stories, make sure you check them out, because if you don't, this one isn't gonna make sense to you. So yeah, and my other roommate horror story, and my roommate got me expelled from college. This is kind of like not the, it's gonna be the continuation basically, because in my other roommate horror story, I told you guys, the video ended basically how I told you guys how I moved out, but you guys don't know the details and what actually happened after I moved out. So that's what this video is gonna be about. And yeah, so before you watch this video, if you didn't watch that video, make sure you watch it first, because then this one really won't make sense to you. But yeah, so the last thing I told you guys is that I moved out of my old dorm room and into a new dorm room. So I absolutely loved my new dorm room. If you guys didn't see, I did a dorm room tour of my new dorm. I'm currently not in college anymore. For those of you who don't know, I am in cosmetology school. That's another video for a different day. But yeah, I moved into my new dorm room. I was so extremely happy and all this other stuff. And Jelly have reached out to me a couple times after I had moved out. And like I told you guys, I give usually people 2 shots. So after it died down a little bit, I told her, you know, I'll talk to you or whatever. And basically I was getting ready to give them information that I had found out about Dial. Now, like I told you guys in the last video, after I had moved out, that same day Dial had came up to me in the cafeteria and was like,
I'm sorry I kicked you out the room.
Even though she didn't kick me out the room, but that's how she felt, that she was a big bad bitch that moved into the room that got me kicked out, when that's not the case. So yeah, after that I met up with my group, and I basically told my group what had happened, and they were just like, they were just shocked and like so confused as to why she thought that she could speak to me like that. I don't know why she thought she could speak to me like that anyway. But yeah, throughout campus I was just hearing stuff about her, how she was constantly telling lies, what I told you guys, and that she was constantly changing her story, that she really didn't go to our university, she went to the community college, and how she was trying to set up my previous roommates. Now I met up with Jelly, and I can't remember what I named my other roommate, but we're just gonna name my other roommate Heart for right now. And I met up with them in the cafeteria, and Jelly was like, I'm so sorry, you know, like basically apologizing for the whole incident. And at the point I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I wasn't as cool with her as I was before. I kind of looked at her with a different set of eyes because I seen in a situation how she was so quick to flip-flop situations, because one night she was on Dial's side and then the next day she was on my side. And yeah, so with being cool with her again, she basically, how I felt and how I feel now is still the same, that she was low-key jealous that I was in the upgraded dorm rooms. When I tell you guys, these dorm rooms were nice, stainless steel appliances, the bathrooms, the first off, I had a full-size bed in this other dorm room, okay? But yeah, and basically what the heck is her name? Basically what Jelly wanted to do was she wanted to kick the new girl out and get me back to being in the room with them so I wouldn't be in another place. But I'm like, why would I leave this place to come back over there? So she was like,
you know, I'm gonna get some information and we're gonna plant weed in her room so they can like search the room.
Stuff like they were really, not them, she was really trying to get this girl taken out of school and locked up and put on charges and all this other stuff. And that's another reason why I was looking at her with a different set of eyes, because she was really being vindictive. And the whole entire time she was still befriending Dial the entire time. Like she was buddy with her, but then behind her back she was talking about her to me, saying all the stuff that she was going to do. And what she did every time that she knew that Dial was smoking in her room, she would go downstairs to security and have them call the campus police department to come up to the room. And each time they did that, they could never catch her. They tried breaking into her room to stash weed somewhere, because each month we had room checks or whatever. So basically what she wanted to do was plant the weed in her room, and hopefully was hoping that our RA and housing advisor would find it, and then she would be on charges, be kicked out the dorm, and ultimately kicked out of school. So she tried that a couple different times, and after those couple failed attempts, then she was like, I'm just gonna get her out a different way. So what she started doing was she started spitting and coughing on this girl's food. I actually witnessed it. She spit in the girl's ice cream, she coughed in it, she coughed and licked her food that she had bought from the cafeteria. She was sick at one point, and I believe Dial had some orange juice in the refrigerator, and she coughed and spit in it. Yeah, this is really real. And yeah, so before it got to like a super boiling point with them, I had went over there one night while Jelly wasn't there, and I was just chilling with Heart, and we were like watching movies and stuff, and she was just saying how the room there was so much tension and it wasn't good, and the vibes were like super bad or whatever. And yeah, she just didn't like it. And I was petty. I wasn't as petty as Jelly, but she had like a package of ramen noodles, and I basically just pounded it up so it wasn't whole. If you guys know what I'm talking about, like if you have a package of ramen noodles, you know how it's whole. So I basically just broke it apart, and that was it. Everything was still in the bag though. So I guess 2 days later, when she went to go cook the packet of ramen noodles, she discovered that it was smashed and everything. And Heart was in her room, Jelly was in class, and I was on my way back home actually. So I get a call, or I'm sorry, I get a text, because we were all in a group text from everybody from the floor that I used to live on. And Heart wrote in the group text Dial is going crazy. She's screaming, she's slamming stuff. I hear stuff going on in the kitchen. Can somebody hurry up and come back? Because like I told you guys, Heart was pregnant, and she wasn't the scary type of person, but I knew that she wasn't gonna be in any type of confrontation knowing her situation. So I know Jelly and her friend had came back to the room, and at this point Dial had spread garbage all throughout the kitchen. She threw a whole bunch of stuff. She was in the back of her room, and when Jelly came in, I know that she was going off about everything in the kitchen. And then Dial came back from the front, and they started going at it like in each other's face like this. And I believe, I can't remember verbatim, so I'm just gonna leave that out because I'm not sure if it happened or not. But Heart had text in the group chat, somebody needs to get an RA or security because they're really about to fight. And I know everybody from housing and everybody from our floor was in my old room because everybody on the floor heard it. That's how loud it was. And you really, like, the walls are super thick, so you have to be screaming extremely loud in those rooms for anybody to like really hear you. So at that moment, the campus police were called again to the room, and Dial was moved out of that dorm room and she was moved into another one. They never found weed in her room. She never got caught or whatever. I can't remember if she was told that her food was spitting or not. I honestly really don't remember if she was told that. If you're watching this now, you know. I had no takes in it. I know I probably should have said something, but that's not my business. I wasn't doing anything wrong. So there was that, and basically that's what happened after I moved out, all that stuff. And it just really showed true colors of Jelly and how she really was. And that's why like I said, I really wasn't cool with her. I was cordial with her, and that's why I wasn't too comfortable with her moving into my new dorm room, because I felt like if you can be that fake and phony in someone's face, who's to say that you won't do the same thing to me? And that's why I think from jump, when she moved in, I should have just automatically said something to housing, like, you guys already said that we shouldn't be living together and all this other stuff. Because if I found out that girl spit in my food or coughed in my food, I would have whooped her ass. And luckily, when she came back, when that whole other incident happened, when she called the police and all that stuff, I didn't have any food in the refrigerator at the time. And I know my other roommates did, but the thing is, she couldn't distinguish whose food was who because she literally had just got back. So that was that. I wouldn't, yeah. The moral of the story is, like, you never really truly know someone, honestly. And she seems like the sweetest person, but she's super, super evil and vindictive. I can't even be that evil. And yeah, just be careful about roommates. You know, watch them with 2 sets of eyes at all times. Watch out for those flip-floppers, flip-flopping. And yeah, so that is it for this story time. I will be doing a college experience story, or my college experience video. I don't know when I will. But yeah, that is it for this story. Make sure you guys check out the rest of the stories for this week. Make sure you're subscribed so you get that notification. We will be doing stories all week, Monday to Friday. New story times, all juicy all the time. Okay.